Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Monday. Happy beginning of the week. Are you guys having a good day so far? I am very, very relaxed right now. Very peaceful, but very tired. Very tired. And I fed my bird feeders, or filled my bird feeders with feeding the birds and the squirrels. I have a funny story about the squirrels and the chipmunks and the ducks and everything else out there today. And my neighbor's outside, she's cleaning out her car, and so I was talking to her. I literally put the big bin that I keep all the food in the garage, closed the garage door, and came right out here because I had all my stuff ready to vlog. I've got my, I wanted to put some ice in my coffee. I have my coffee right here, my iced coffee from earlier, and I am ready to vlog. But I was out there in the yard, and she came over and we were talking. So she was going to run me up some places, and she had some things she had to do, so we were just going to like run out for like an hour today, but she ended up having a meeting, so we're doing it tomorrow instead. So we were coming up with like a time. So we're going to do that tomorrow at like 11:30. And then I was telling her, I said, because I went to the pool today, but I only went for like a half an hour and she couldn't go. And I was trying to fit it in, and I said, okay, tomorrow is supposed to be really, really nice too. I think it's supposed to be nice all week long. So I was like, tomorrow, she's like, you would rather go earlier than later. And I was like, yeah, I mean, to get our stuff done. We only have like a half an hour of some stuff. It's more will be revealed. Little thing that she and I are doing together. But anyway, so she was like, okay, well, I have a meeting from like 10 to 11. We can go after that. And I said, okay, I'll just set my alarm for 11. She's like, I might need a couple minutes after that. So I said, well, I don't have to like get dressed and just throw on a t-shirt and put on a hat, you know? So I said, but I want to come back. So I'll be back here probably by like noon, and then I'm going to film videos till like 2, because I'll already be up and awake and stuff like that, and then we're going to go to the pool from like 2 to 5, because today I only got to go for a half an hour. I still feel like I got a little sun today. Oh my god, it was so nice. I got up there, and there was like one woman that I know, and then these two girls that they used to come with their dad every summer, but now the oldest one is like older, so their dad, I was talking to her about it today. I've like seen them in the last 5 summers. They're very, very sweet. And the one girl, I asked her, I said, the other woman and I were talking to them because we've seen them up there like every summer. They're very, very polite, very well-mannered. And I said to the younger one, I said, now what grade are you going to be in this year? And she was like 5th. I was like, oh my god. I said, you've grown up at this pool. And the other one, I said to her, I said, now, and you're going to be like a junior. And she goes, how did you know? I said, because I can remember you and your dad talking about it, you know, last year and the year before. I said, how's your dad doing? She's like, he's good. He's working at home today. He's going to try to make it down here because he works from home. So she's like, he's going to try to make it down here a couple times. They always come with their dad. And he gets in the pool and swims with them and all kinds of stuff. He's a really nice guy. So it was those two and then this one other woman when I went up there. I mean, it was empty. I couldn't believe it. Full sunshine, 95 degrees today. I was like, oh my god, this is incredible. And so when I got in there, I was talking to my friend, and I said to her, I said, how long have you been up here? I got up there, so I had like a Zoom meeting at 4:30, and I got up there at like 3:45. So I had to come back here at like 20 after, so I only got to be up there for like 30 minutes. And she's like, I got up here about 1:30. I said, because it's been like empty all day. I was like, and she goes, it's supposed to be the same weather tomorrow. I said, I'm coming up here tomorrow. Like, I don't care. And I didn't even get that many videos filmed today or anything because we were supposed to go earlier today. We decided not to. And so I ended up sleeping a little bit in because I stayed up late watching shows last night. So other than my vlog today, I filmed 2 TV videos for my Peter Watches TV video. I was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna kind of like every day. I didn't really have like, I mean, I had a list of all the videos I was gonna do, but when I got up, I was like, I want to go to the pool. I got this meeting in the afternoon. I want to do these. I want to do these 2 videos for my Peter Watches TV video, and I was like, you know, in December, January, February, I can sit inside when it's cold outside. If it's nice, I'm going to go to the pool. So I decided I had to really kind of push myself today. I was like, no, you didn't film all weekend, except for your vlog. You know, I was like, no, just go to the pool. So anyway, so I don't know. And this is what I was thinking as, so when she walked away, I was finishing up my bird feeders, and I was like, I really, really want to walk tonight. And it is so hot outside, and I'm like, I think if I put on like a sleeveless t-shirt and like, I've got the shorts I have are real comfortable, as somebody is walking by my house right now, as I say that, walking fast by my house. I really want to walk because I want to finish the S.A. Cosby book, Razor Blade Tears. I think I've got like 2, one of the ducks is that Shorty? It's just one duck by himself. Hi, Short. When I said Shorty, he looked over here. I was kind of interested to see that, because most of them were empty. But now I know it's because I have this trio of squirrel brothers that are coming over here. I got to tell you the story about the squirrels in a second. It's so funny. Oh, it is Shorty. Hey, Shorty. He's just waddling across the street by himself. What are you doing, bud? He's like, well, I heard you put the food down, so I wanted to come over. I'm out of corn. I used my very last corn in the yard today. You guys want to see Shorty coming over here? He's so cute. Look at little Shorty. He says, I'm hungry, and I don't have any friends, so I'm gonna come over. What's going on, Shorty? See where he is right there? I throw the corn all the way out in that yard so they can like each have a little bit. What you doing, Shorty? You can't really see him from the table because all that stuff is in the way, but you can see he's like, he like eats a little bit and then he looks up at me. You getting some food, Shorty? I always know it's Shorty because Shorty's by himself always. So anyway, I was wondering if they were going to start coming over there because, oh, here's another walker. Hey, how are you? It feels hot to walk. Is it too hot? I'm trying to convince myself that I need to go walk because I don't think on my walk tonight I could finish. I think I have like 3 hours left of the S.A. Cosby book. Or maybe like I think I have 2.5 hours of it left. I don't think I can finish it tonight on my walk, but I can be almost done with it. So I really want to walk tonight to listen to my book. Plus, it's beautiful, like the weather-wise, it's beautiful. It's just, like how it looks. It's not like cloudy or raining or anything, but there's literally no breeze. And it's not very humid today. It's more like dry heat. It doesn't feel humid to me. I don't know. But it is just hot, hot, hot. Hot chocolate. It is current, and it's 7 o'clock already. It is 7:01. So I'm getting started on this vlog a little bit late. And let's see what the temperature is today. The temperature right now, 92 degrees. And there's a heat advisory. The heat advisory says, action recommended. Evacuate a pre-planned activity identified in an instruction. Heat advisory remains in effect until 8 p.m. Friday. Heat index okay. Hot temperatures and high humidity. I guess maybe it is humid? I don't know. It doesn't feel humid. It doesn't feel like damp out or anything like that. But what do I know? Let's see what it's going to be like tomorrow. Okay, Tuesday, 95. Intervals of clouds and sunshine in the morning with more clouds for later in the day. A straight afternoon thunderstorm is possible. Oh. Wednesday, sunshine and clouds mixed. I'll be with Caroline on Wednesday. Thursday, 93, partly to mostly cloudy skies with scattered thunderstorms in the morning. Friday, 93, intervals of clouds and sunshine. Saturday, 87, showers earlier than scattered thunderstorms. The rain must be cooling down. Oh, then thunderstorms. Sunday, 88, scattered showers and thunderstorms. Monday, partly cloudy with afternoon showers or thunderstorms, 88. Then 86, no rain, 85, 88. Hot chocolate. So the next couple days are going to be really nice. Tomorrow, I'm just going to force myself to go to the pool. Because once I get there, this is how I always feel when I get to the pool. Like today, I was like, you could have saved one of these videos for tomorrow. You could have got up earlier. I set my alarm early today. I think I set it for I set it at 10 and I ended up sleeping until like 12:15. Because my plan was to get up early and film these videos and get them done and then go to the pool. I wanted to be at the pool by like 1 o'clock, and then I thought, well, I can be at the pool till from 1 to 4:20. Well, that didn't end up happening. I slept until like 12:15, and then I got up, did my prayers and meditations, washed my face, made the bed, brushed my teeth, was changing some laundry out, looking at stuff, I a list of different things, emails I have to do and all this kind of stuff, and appointments I had to make. And so by the time I started making videos, it was like 2:30. And then my one video that I made, so I watched this documentary last night about Venus Extravaganza, who is in the House of Extravaganza, part of the Paris is Burning original documentary. So I did a reaction to that today. It ended up being like 35 minutes. Then I turned around and I did a 1,000 Pound Sisters reaction to their very last episode that was last week that I didn't even know they were putting out. I watched that last night too. And so I did those videos back to back, and then I was rendering them so they could upload. Well, no, I got those done and I was to render them like while I was at the pool. And then I could upload them when I got back. Well, by that point, it was like 3:45. It was like 3:40. And I was like rushing to like get my pool bag together and stuff like that, throw my swimsuit. And so yeah. Shorty, you're eating too fast. He's like, so yeah. So got all that done today. I mean, I don't feel like I was super productive, but I actually got quite a lot of stuff done today. It's crazy, but anyway. Somebody sent me this thing about this new bird, and it's called a strawberry. I don't know who you are that sent it to me, but now I'm on the lookout for it. It's called a strawberry finch. And it's a finch, but it's like, it looks like a cardinal kind of, and it's like got speckles on it. It's so pretty. I don't know if we'll see one this summer, but we can only hope. We can only hope. So anyway, when I was doing the bird feeders out there, I was like, it's going to be interesting because like the birds have been on the bird feeders all day long. Like there's always a little bit like in the, like the plate around the bottom of the two that have plates on it. The wood one, the new one, which is now broken because of the squirrels. And the short green one. There's always like birds around the bottom of it because there's like little flecks that they eat from it. And then the finch feeder was about halfway full. It was less than that. Because if it's less than half, I consider it empty. And then the wood one in the tree where they get inside of it, it was completely empty. So I was like, but there was a lot of birds out there today. Like every time I came outside, like when I came out here to do my prayers and meditation, I kept on reminding myself, like, you gotta go fill those bird feeders, and I continued to forget. Well, I knew I was almost out of corn, and that was the thing. Okay, so this is what's so weird. Oh, bye, Shorty. Somebody must be walking down the street because he flew away. So last night, when I put the food out there and stuff like that, I think I did it again after I vlogged. I don't know if I did it before I vlogged or not, but I did it again last night before it like got dark. And my legs look like they're kind of getting tan a little bit. Show you a little knee. But last night I put down, oh, I know what it was when I did it. It was later because I was talking to somebody on the phone. Tommy and I talked forever last night on the phone. I put down a ton of carrots down there because there was bunnies in the yard. So I put down, and I was like, when I came out, I was like afraid I was going to scare the bunny away. But the bunny just sat there while I threw all these carrots around him. And so then late last night, I thought there was 3 bunnies in our yard. And so down at the end, I don't know if you can see this. Here, I'll show you. Here, I'm just going to walk you down and I'll show you. Okay. I mean, this is a mess. Look at this. All this, I put all this corn down and all this stuff. I put this all, okay. Tomorrow morning when I wake up, this will be completely clear. It'll look literally like this. It'll be like there's like nothing there. Don't my feet look kind of tan? My legs? Anyway, and then I put it all through there. You can't really see it, but it's all through there. And then, oh, the grass feels so nice. All around there, I put all this food. Do you guys see all this? So I put the corns there, and then this is like a different mix. Okay, all of this, and it's all, you can't see it in there, but it's all the corn is through there. I just put some carrots down. Can you see the carrots? Okay, all of this will be gone tomorrow. There's all the carrots I put down. That'll all be gone tomorrow. When I come out here, these will be empty, completely empty. Full. Here's the finch feeder that they love. Full. Now let me tell you about this deal over here, okay? So this one I would not recommend buying. The squirrels, what they do is they hang down from up here and they swing on this thing, and they swing, and it's so cute. At first I was like, don't do that, you're gonna break it. And then I was like, oh, I love the squirrels. So anyway, they hang down from here, and then they, like from their feet, and then they like eat off of here. But look, they broke this. Because they hang around, they jump on it, and then they hang on it. Okay, so today, that thumbnail is gonna suck, but I wanna do a thumbnail on the, off the front porch for a second. Well, that's not a pretty thumbnail, is it? Okay, so today, do you guys remember I was showing you yesterday the squirrel that was like, sleeping in the tree. The one squirrel that's sleeping in the tree last night, remember I showed you that? I gotta give him names. Well, he brought his 2 brothers with him today. They've been out there all day today. I don't know how they are not completely full. Anybody that knows about squirrel business, you'd think I would after thumbling the squirrel. But anybody that knows about squirrel business, let me know. They have literally been on the ground and in that tree, and every time I come out here, and like they'll let me come like probably about 4 feet away. As soon as I get that far, they all just like dart up the tree. So I was telling my friend at the pool today about The Comfort of Crows. I said that book just like changed my life. I said because I wouldn't have had the bird feeders and been so obsessed with like the ferns. I watered all my ferns last night. I wouldn't be so obsessed with the birds and the animals and stuff if it hadn't been for that book. Like, that book was the thing that started it for me. I mean, I was kind of interested in it anyway, but that really, oh, you know what I need to put out here is my bird bath. I keep on forgetting about that. And make the table. We'll get to all that. But anyway, so anyway, I was telling her all about The Comfort of Crows. She's like, oh, I don't really usually read that kind of stuff. I only read fiction. I said, what do you read? She's like, I love James Patterson. I said, oh my God, I'm reading the Alex Cross books right now. So anyway, so I just kind of lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Oh, but anyway, I was telling her about like how like the bird feeders have changed my life and stuff like that. They really have. I mean, I just sit out here for an hour and just watch these bird feeders, especially when they're really active. Right now, there's like, I don't know if there's one bird or squirrel or anything out there right now. There's not one thing. Maybe it's a little late for them. I usually vlog a little bit earlier, don't I? When they're like 5:36 is usually when I'm out here, and they're like, I think that's their feeding time. So anyway, what was I going to tell you guys? Oh, so these squirrels. So every time that I've come out here today, these squirrels have been out here. So yesterday, I think I took a picture of one of them sleeping. Hold on, I've got all kinds of pictures. So, where are the squirrel pictures? I took a bunch of... Okay, so you can't really see them here, but they're all on the ground in this picture, okay? One's back here, one's over there. Here, I'll show you, and the other one's to the right. So you can see this one right there is eating, and then over, there's his brother, and then in the back, you can see their other brother. There's 3 squirrels out here. Literally the entire day. I took close-ups of them. I don't know if you can see them better there. 3. Like, look, there's 3 of them. They were around the tree the entire day. So I got close-ups of them. Oh, there's a bird. Oh, she's a pretty bird. Oh, that's what I thought was a woodpecker. That's actually, you guys are now saying is... It still looks like a woodpecker to me, though. The head looks like so different. I don't know, but anyway. But look at him. And he's so sweet. And then here's his brother. I think he's got a prettier tail. Oh, and then there's their brother that's like in the background. Oh, I can delete this video. Here's the video I was uploading on my phone. But anyway, so what's so funny was the one that was like hanging, so he hangs out in this one branch and just lays there. Like he's taking a nap, right? So I'm sitting out here today. There's 2 birds out there now. They're coming. They're coming. If you build it, they will come. So I was sitting out here today, and I was like, I saw the one in the branch first. And then I was like, oh, there's 2 on the ground. I was like, there's 3 of them. Well, they were all kind of like interacting with each other, these 3 squirrels. And then I noticed the one that was hanging on the branch, he hangs out right by the new bird feeder. Well, what he does, like I said, is like he hangs by his feet, and then he like goes back like this, and then he like tries to swing over to the bird feeder, and then when he catches it, it's swinging like this, okay? And then he can't get inside of it, so he's eating off the bottom of it, is what he does, like where like the pan that it falls into. So I was like, you guys have enough food down here on the ground, okay? Oh no, I think I did actually. That was when I put a lot of the corn down, because I was like, I know I don't have a lot of corn left, and there weren't very many peanuts in it, but I was like, the squirrels will probably love that. So I came out here and I put some corn and stuff like that. And they let me get like, kind of like 4 feet away. The ducks will let me get real close. And like I said, the rabbit last night was kind of funny, because I put the carrots, or when was that, today, earlier? Anyway, yeah, today earlier, I just like threw it. When was that I did that? Anyway, I just sat out here today for the longest time looking at these squirrels. It made me so happy. It made me so happy. So that's why I didn't get tons of videos made today. I just kind of was like, who is texting me these long text messages? My lord, what is this? about the... What? Hold on a second. Something about the painters, but I thought it was a text, but it's a voicemail. I had to stop it because I started playing the voicemail out loud and you could hear it. The painters are going to do the deck tomorrow, stain the decks, and paint the doors to paint the doors. Call if you have any issues. This is the guy that said, I don't know, I have no idea what I'm... Oh, you have to keep your doors closed so they can paint around the edges they want. Call if you have any issues. Okay. Gotcha. Good. Oh, I almost played it again. So I guess tomorrow, I guess the painters aren't done. I guess they're doing the doors and maybe this door. I don't know. I think he means the back doors, the back patios. Because last night Alex was like, are our patio doors still... I was like, no, they're still painted closed, shut. So he started to open it. I said, you're going to take it off the track. And he was like, so it's still shut. I said, yeah, none of ours work, babe. I told you that. He was like, oh, I was just checking. I was like, okay. So apparently they're coming there to do it tomorrow. They must be doing some houses down there too, because I saw them down there. Was that yesterday? I'm getting all my days switched up. Sundays feel like Tuesdays, and Saturdays feel like Wednesdays, and Mondays feel like... Today's kind of like a Friday, if you want to know the truth. It does. Probably because I was just kind of like, I don't really want to do anything today. I stayed up way too late last night is the problem. I stayed up way too late last night. I got to bed, and I was like, our house upstairs... So it got so cold last night, I knew I shouldn't do it. I mean, but the air just like pumps out so hard in the ground floor. So I turned the heat on last night. I know. I turned the heat on at like, I don't know, 3 o'clock in the morning to like 4:30. And I kept on telling myself, don't forget to turn the heat off and turn the air conditioning on, because if you don't, you're gonna go upstairs and it's gonna be so hot. So I got upstairs and Alex had all the comforters. I mean, it was just like, he just was so hot. And like all the covers and everything were off of him. And I walked, he had the double doors open, so like that to pull air. And so I was like, oh, I forgot to turn the air back on. So I ran downstairs and I turned the air on like 68 so it would like cool it down. It got down cooler. I mean, it was comfortable to sleep in for me. But then I felt bad because I was like, oh my God, it was so hot up here for him. But anyway, he said he didn't even really... I said to him this morning, I was like, were you hot? He was like, it was hot last night. He's like, but I was asleep, so I didn't even really notice. So... But I got in bed last night when it started cooling down a little bit. I was just like, I know this is so corny, but probably somebody's interested in this. So the way that I start on my back is when I sleep, I roll constantly. So I start on my back and I put one arm, so the comforter has to be like under, and I put my arm in between, like, so it's in the comforter. And then my left leg, I air condition out. So I kick it out so that my whole left leg is all like out so that I can feel it on the fan. And then I lay on my back, but I can't sleep on my back. So I just get to where I'm like just comfortable enough. And then I turn all the way over my stomach and I sleep on my stomach and I fall asleep. But that's not comfortable for me because I have to have the pillow like just up a little bit. I can't have my head on the pillow because then it's like all this is, I have it very figured out, okay? So I have just the top of my head kind of on the pillow, so the rest is just resting down. But if I sleep like that too long, then my neck hurts the next morning. So I try to roll over like facing Alex. But I can't really sleep that way either, so I end up sleeping facing the fan because I'm so hot. And again, this spring and summertime. And I usually sleep on my side facing the fan. But I start and I kind of like flip through for the first half an hour till I fall asleep. But I was so comfy. I got in bed last night and I was just like so comfortable. I was like, oh my God, I'm so comfy. So last night, we got caught up on our shows last night. We watched RuPaul's Drag Race last night. Was that last night that we watched it? It must have been. We watched RuPaul's Drag Race last night. So if you're watching it, I'll just make this real short. So they're doing it, it's the All-Stars, which I just heard that as soon as this is over and it's aired, that they are going to start doing the All-Star Winners show, which is like all winners from every season. They're doing like 2 international queens and then like an All-Star. It's gonna be all winner season, which that'll be kind of fun. I hope Sasha Colby's on there. But anyway, so this season what they're doing is it 6 queens? It's 18 queens total, but 6 of them in each is a tier. 6 or 7. Maybe it's 21 queens down to 6 or 7. So it's like, no, it's 6 because it's 4, 2 in the top, 4 in the bottom. So it's 6. So it's 18 total queens. But what they do is it's 3 episodes per tier. And then whoever the top 3 are, they move on to the semifinals. So we're in the 3rd tier is what we're in right now. Kind of like sports, you get it? So we're in the 3rd, you get it? We're in the 3rd tier right now. Well, the 1st tier, the 2nd tier was a lot of drama, and the queens were bringing the shadiness and everything every week. This season, or this tier, I'm kind of bored with it, if you want to know the truth. I thought that this week's, like, little maxi challenge they did was real cute, but I liked the show, I liked but I don't know, they're just kind of a boring group to me. So we watched that, and then I told Alex, I was like, I'm going to have to take a nap at some point because I'm getting tired. So he's like, well, if we don't get caught up on Atlanta, after tonight, we're going to have, because Atlanta's on Sunday nights. He was like, we're going to have 3 episodes to catch up on. I was like, okay, let's watch 1 episode of Atlanta. So we watched episode of 2 weeks ago, Atlanta, and it was when he was at the bachelorette party, where he came home that day. So they're in Grenada right now. So we watched 2 weeks ago's episode, last week's episode, and we got caught up, and then I laid down, took a nap. And then tonight, we'll probably watch last night's episode. Tonight or tomorrow, we'll watch last night's episode. So yeah. So he and I are caught up on our TV shows. Well, except for last night's episode of Atlanta, but that's good for us to not be like a week behind. I think this might be the final episode, and then it's a reunion. I don't know. But anyway, we watched Atlanta, and then, he was really excited to watch Love Island last night. So we went upstairs, he watched Love Island, I took a nap, I fell out. And my plan was to get up, I laid down late to take my nap anyway, but my plan was to get up and I wanted to read for like 2 hours, and I knew that I wanted to watch like 1,000 Pound Sisters, 1,000 Pound Roomies or Virgins. Virgins has 2 episodes out. The 3rd episode's up this week, and I haven't watched any of it. So I was like, I need to watch that, but I also wanted to watch The Waterfront because I was halfway through episode 4, so this is what happened. So I was halfway through episode 4, and it's 8 episodes, so I knew I had 5, 6, 7, and 8 and half of episode 4. And I thought I was going to finish it last night. Well, what happened was, I got up late from my nap, and by the time I got out here, and I didn't talk to anybody last night after I got up from my nap. Like, I was like, I just need to watch TV. And by the time I got out of bed and I came downstairs and whatever, I was texting some people, but I just wasn't in the mood to talk on the phone. So I came downstairs and I lit my candles and did all that kind of stuff, was changing some laundry around. I don't even know what time I got sitting down watching TV, like 1:30, 1 or 1:30. So I watched 1,000 Pound Sisters because they had the finale, but then people were telling me that they put out an episode last week. It just got really hot out here. It is so still, the air right now. It's like, I just wish there was like a little bit of a breeze. Like I said, I really want to walk, but I don't know that I can walk in this heat. I don't even know if it's healthy for me to. I know that comment alone right there, what I just said, that's going to get 10 comments probably. I'm not going to force myself to walk in the heat and, hurt myself. I'm not going to do that. If I get off here and I'm like, I'll walk outside and I'll be like, okay, can I do it? Can I not? Or maybe I'll just take like a shorter walk tonight, like 20 or 30 minutes, and I won't walk like for the whole 2.5 hours. My goal now is between 2 and 2.5 hours because the most I've walked is 2.5 hours. So I got to beat the 2.5 hour goal. But I can't do this all summer and it's going to be hot all summer long. I could walk in the basement on the walking pad. I don't really want to do that. When it's like this beautiful outside, I don't really want to. It's one thing when it's snowing or raining, you know what I mean? Like to sit in the basement. But when it's nice outside, no, I don't really want to sit. Am I making excuses? A little bit. A little bit I am. But I really wanted to walk outside. Anyway. So anyway, I watched 1,000 Pound Sisters last night. Took my notes. So 1,000 Pound Sisters, the finale was 2 weeks ago. And I did my reaction to it last week. But then people were messaging me and being like, oh, they put out another episode. Are you going to do a reaction to it? And I was like, oh, they did? And I was like, so is the season not over? TLC is so funky with how they do that stuff. Like, TLC will be like on Poly Family. I don't know who is running TLC, but it is a mess over there. TLC is a mess. Like, I was saying this in my video today. Like, they don't ever say, like, oh, a show got renewed, or get excited for season 20 of Sister... you don't even know if there's going to be a season 20 of Sister Wives until like a week before it comes out. They don't ever give you any kind of, I mean, it's bad marketing, first of all. I think they think it gets people excited, but like I'm already checked out at that point. If I am, I have to believe other people are. Whereas if you hyped it up with trailers over 3 months, I'd get more excited. I think the other thing is, and I've talked to some of the people that are on some of these shows, not Sister Wives, but the people behind the other shows, I talked to some of them, and they don't really find out until like 2 weeks before filming starts that they're going to start filming. I don't know why TLC is that ill-planned, but it's just bizarre to me. So anyway, but they do weird stuff. Like Polyfamily, they said that it had like 8 episodes, and then all this drama comes out, which is, I mean, I understand why they didn't do it, but like in Bravo, just because drama came out, they wouldn't like shorten the season at all. Here's another walker I'll ask. Is it hot to walk today?
It's cooling off, it's only 91 now.
I know I can ask you and you'll be honest. I really want to walk, but I'm like,
well, it's that damn sun, just go.
Yeah, maybe I'll wait till it's a little bit lower. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, when I walk out here, out of the gate, you can't see the sun at all.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, so that's where I go when it's like really sunny, and then I walk around. Have fun. She's my, she's the one that walks her son's dogs, and she walks all day long, so I knew she'd be honest with me. She said, it's cooling down, it's like 91. I was like, just look at the damn sun. The sun is like, I mean, look at the sky. It is beautiful. It is so pretty today. But I mean, the sun doesn't go down here in Indianapolis until, oh, well, now we're going towards the winter solstice, aren't we? Since Alex's birthday, it's the summer solstice. So as of Saturday, the days start getting shorter and shorter, don't they? Yeah, until the winter solstice, which is the shortest day of the year. 21st is the summer is the longest day of the year. Isn't that how it works? I should know this. Well, I do know it, but I'm thinking out loud right now. So anyway, I did not know that. Okay, so Polyfamily said they were going to have like 8 episodes. Well, the 6th episode was the finale. It didn't even make sense. The way they edited it together, it didn't even make sense. It looked like there was going to be another episode to it. And I Googled the hell out of this stuff. Like, I mean, I cannot tell you how many times I've Googled Sister Wives Season 20. And people will come up and they'll be like, it's confirmed. I mean, all these Facebook groups. It's like, oh, it's confirmed there's no Season 20. All those Facebook groups, those Sister Wives, and they're not like legit. They're like fan groups. Don't trust anything they say. Don't trust any of those fan groups about, no offense, but what they say about TLC shows. Because I can tell you right now, I can pull up this Sister Wives. I pulled up this thing yesterday. Hold on, I'm not part of any of these groups. They just show up for me on the Facebook. But somebody just put up something about a small breed dog that is in need of a home. I was like, oh God, I can't look at that stuff right now. But like this, I saw this thing yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? And it said, it's like this huge Sister Wives fan group on Facebook. And it said, confirmed. No Season 20, all the wives out. I don't know, it's like they always are putting stuff like Robin and Cody are divorced. Cody's getting a 5th wife, all this kind of stuff. And then you Google search it, and there's literally, it's like TLC, they said TLC confirmed no Season 20, that the show ended. Which I'm not saying that it's not going to end, it could. Go look up TLC confirmed. There's nothing about Sister Wives being confirmed that it's over. Nothing. So you can't trust in that stuff. And TLC doesn't put out anything anyway. TLC didn't even put out 1,000 Pound Sisters finale until like the day of. They go, watch the finale with that. You didn't even know it was a finale. So anyway, I was like, oh, they put out another episode? What is this? And people were telling me that it was kind of like just a memory lane episode. So I watched it. I actually thought it was really cute. I really liked the episode. I mean, it was like, they went to like the duplex where they grew up, which no longer exists. It's been completely demolished. They went to their dad's, it's not really their dad, it's this older guy that he and his wife, like, they call him their adopted dad. It's just older guy, it's like a farmer, he's real nice. They went to their high school, they show all their senior pictures. It was a really cute episode, I really liked it. So I took my notes on that. So then I was going in to watch The Waterfront, which is on Netflix. Like I said, I was going to finish it last night, or I was going to try to get as much of it as I could done. And as I'm going through, I'm just looking to see like what are the top 10 shows and whatever. And right underneath the top 10 shows was new releases. And like any of the new shows that come up, I always like, you know, put the remind me thing on Netflix so it'll like show up on my list or whatever. Or maybe it was my list that was underneath there. I don't know. But it was I'm Your Venus, which was the documentary. I think I read something about it like a month ago that it was coming out. I may have done it on the vlog, but I'd forgotten that it was coming out. I'm Your Venus, and it was the documentary about Venus Extravaganza from the House of Extravaganza that got famous, like, media attention-wise from, like, Paris is Burning, the documentary that came out in 1990, which I love that documentary. And I'm just really, like, intrigued by not just the life of Venus Extravaganza, but all of them. But you find out at the end of Paris is Burning, this thing is like the squares that's supposed to focus is, like, floating around. Let me put it on my face. Okay, so you find out at the end of Paris is Burning that, and I'm sorry if I ruined it for you, but it came out 35 years ago. So anyway, that Venus Extravaganza was murdered, like, during the filming of the show. Or, like, after the show, the documentary was filmed. They put it at the end of it. A couple years ago, I wanted to do, like, a video on my drama channel about, like, where is the cast now, Paris is Burning. They're almost like, I think Willie Ninja was the last one, from the House of Ninja was the last one that, like, was still alive. And Octavia Saint Laurent was, like, another one, and she passed away, I think, like, 5 or 6 years ago. And Willie Ninja passed away like 5 or 6 years ago. They had just passed, whenever I looked it up, they had just passed away. Let me look it up. Willie Ninja. He was like the original Voguer back in the day. I think he Vogued with Madonna. He ended up doing a bunch of music videos and stuff. Willie Ninja. When did he pass away? Oh, 2006 he passed away. So this is Willie Ninja, voguing. And then Octavia Saint Laurent, here she is. So pretty. Oh, she passed in 2009. She was in another documentary that I watched that... What is this? She was in another documentary that I watched that a couple years ago people recommended to me, and they were like, you should watch this documentary because it's with a lot of the people that were in Paris is Burning. So after Paris Burning came out, a lot of the castmates were really disgruntled because I can't remember her name is Jenny something that was the director of it. It was like a school project for, like, she went to Harvard or Princeton or somewhere like that. It started as like a film school project, then it ended up being this. So anyway, she entered the world of the ballroom scene. She never expected it to, like, win all these awards and blow up the way that it did, but I don't think any of them got paid. There was, like, I think, let me look it up. Because there was this huge thing about it that came out. There's been, like, videos made and stuff like that. I can't remember what her name is, Jenny something. Did anyone from Paris is Burning get paid? I mean, there was this, like, huge thing about it. I've watched a bunch of videos on YouTube about it and stuff like that. While the performers in Paris is Burning were initially told they wouldn't be paid, some did receive compensation later. Jenny Livingston. Director Jenny Livingston initially had the performers sign release forms indicating they wouldn't be paid. However, after the film's release and some controversy, she did distribute around $55,000 to 13 of the subjects. Some performers wanted a larger share of the profits, believing they deserved more given the film's success, but ultimately their claims were dropped after it was confirmed they had signed release forms. Well, Dorian Corey, she's the one that they found a dead body in her closet after it was, you know, okay. And Willie Ninja were very happy to be paid for a film they understood was an unpaid work of nonfiction. Several other film participants felt they were not properly compensated and thus retained an attorney planning to sue for a share of the film's profits in 1991. How much did it make? How much did Paris is... I mean, those people's catchphrases now are, like, in major music, dance music, electronic dance music. I mean, some of the things that they've said in there. I mean, when you watch the documentary I'm Your Venus, like, they play music that, like, has her lines in it. Like, you know, like, you're just an overgrown orangutan. I mean, like, that's been in so many songs and stuff like that, like, in the gay culture. I mean, they're literally, like, when you talk about iconic, I hate that word so much anymore because it's been so overused, but when you talk about icons within the LGBTQI plus community, not to mention historical icons that were in my generation, they were, you know? And so, how much did Paris is Burning make? Documentary Paris is Burning grossed slightly over $4 million at the U.S. Post Office, While this is a significant amount for a documentary, especially one with a relatively low budget of $500,000, it was not a massive financial success compared to mainstream Hollywood films. How long did it take to film? Oh, she was at Yale. It took 7 years, she said, to make. There was another documentary that came out. Let's see if I can find out what it's called for anybody that wants to watch it. I watched it. People thought it was better than Paris is Burning. I didn't think it was nearly as good. Documentary after Paris is Burning. It's on YouTube, whatever it is. I watched it on YouTube. How do I... No. Is it How Do I Look? Yeah. Is often considered a sequel, while I'm Your Venus focuses on the life and death of Venus Extravaganza. Additionally, the series Pose was heavily influenced by Paris is Burning. How Do I Look came out in 2006. This documentary, Octavia St. Laurent is in that one too. They actually talk about Paris is Burning in that. That's how I knew that they were disgruntled. This documentary, co-directed by Kevin Omni and Wolfgang Busch, explores the New York ballroom scene. It was partly inspired by accusations, of exploitation surrounding Paris is Burning. That's why they talk about it in there. There's a documentary. Oh, here it is, Preserving Ballroom History. This came out 2 years ago. Where are they now? I'm going to save these so I can watch it. And then what was so crazy was, I actually shared a little bit of this in my, let me pull down videos. So last year when we were in Mexico for Alex's birthday, I got some cameos from several people. And Sheena Shay's, which was very expensive, from Vanderpump Rules. That was a waste of money because she did it for me. It was like 45 seconds and she was like, happy birthday, Peter. She was sitting like outside. It like cut her off. It was not well done. But I'll tell you who did do a great job on it and was like a fourth of the price. It was Dominique Jackson, who was in... If I showed you all the videos from clips that I have through the years, TikToks and clips of like all these beauty influencers, it's like, why do I have this in my phone? But anyway... Do I have any of the other? No, I don't. Dominique Jackson. So she was in Pose. And so I think I showed part of this last year, but I got this for Alex for...
Well, darling Alex, a very, very, very happy birthday to you, sweetheart. So Peter asked me to do this and gave me instructions. So... I would just like to wish you a very, 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 very happy birthday. I wish you happiness.
Okay, so let me just tell you, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but most celebrities do like 45 seconds to a minute. Hers is like 4 minutes and 30 seconds. I mean, I'll never forget our friends Demi and his fiance, that was like one of Alex's friends when I first met him. Like, we were all coming back from like going out to Tulum that night and it came through. And so like they were like down the hall from us. So they came into our room. I was like, oh my God, you guys got to come in here. So we all like sat and watched it together. It was so fun. And Alex just loved it. And so anyway, she's in this documentary at the end of it because the documentary... They turned the house, if you watch Paris is Burning, a lot of it, when they show Venus, she's filmed in this bedroom and she lives in her grandma's house. Well, one of the things that they do is that they petition for her house to be made a historical landmark because Venus Extravaganza was murdered. She was a trans woman and she's inspired so many trans women to live in their confidence and tell their stories and things like that. And they get it approved. And one of the lines from the councilman, oh my God, I just started crying when I heard this. One of the councilmen says in there, where's my notes? Before they vote on it, he says, let's not be selective in the diversity that we accept. And I started crying. At the end of it, I just was bawling my eyes out. But at the end of 1,000 Pound Sisters, I've been so emotional lately. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, oh, now all the ducks are there. There's LaDonna. Hey, LaDonna. Hey, Harold. But that line, let's not be selective in the diversity that we accept, meaning like, I'm okay with this marginalized community, but I'm not okay with that marginalized community. Like, it's so problematic in our world today when we're talking about the human experience. And really what it means is, oh, I know somebody in this marginalized community, so therefore I can relate to their experience on some level because I know them and we've like shared coffee in the workroom. So I kind of know somebody that is, you know, whatever, that's Latino or that's, you know, trans or whatever it is, or I know somebody that's gay and, you know, so, but I don't understand this. So I'm more I know it's so strange to me, but this documentary was really, really important because I'm not going to get into it. I did a whole reaction to those 35 minutes, but so it's her brothers talking about trying to find out what happened to Venus. And it's interesting because, like, from the get-go, like, they say in there was this perception that her biological family didn't care anything about her. But they go and they talk about, like, her one brother talks about the difference between, this is so important, the difference between your biological family and your family of choice, which for a lot of these, in ballroom culture, was their houses. And so they talk a lot about that in there. And Giselle Extravaganza, who is the house mother of the House of Extravaganza today, she's working with the brothers to try to find out what happens. And she talks a lot about it being about respect and things like that. And there's this one really hard part where, like, the brothers go talk to this guy that was in the house and was one of Venus's, he was like Venus's brother or her uncle or something like that in the House of Extravaganza. And he's kind of hard on the brothers. He's like, the House of Extravaganza was filled with scarred people that had a lot of childhood trauma. And they're like, no, she had a great upbringing. And he's like, no, she didn't. And she didn't feel respected by you guys. And he doesn't really back down. It's a really important conversation, I think, in today's time. Because I think so many people, like, have these firm beliefs. But, you know, ask you at 80, when you've completely lost contact with your child or your nephew or niece or a friend of the family because your beliefs were more important to you than human interaction. And then in your 80s, you look back on, or your 70s, and you go, God, I wish I could have done things differently, right? Because like my friend Tanya says, the road narrows. But we don't have that time. The pain's already been inflicted, right? So it's a lot about that. They talk a lot about dead naming in the documentary, which I thought was really interesting, that it's like her brothers are talking about it, and they like, I mean, it's just, go watch my reaction to it, because there's a lot of really important stuff that happens in the documentary. It wasn't as much as I thought it would be. I think I went into it hoping for a lot of like footage from the ballroom scene, because that's what I loved about Paris is Burning, when it's not. It's really about her brothers today, on the other side of having lost their sister, and it's a lot about like the House of Extravaganza today and how her story has helped so many trans women, violence towards trans women. I mean, it's a really important documentary. It's really good. I really loved it, but for reasons I didn't expect when I went in and watched it. So anyway, it was an hour and 25 minutes. It's rather short, and it's on Netflix. So when I got done with that, I was like, at that point it was late. I was like, okay, I've got time to watch this half episode of 4 and 5. So tonight I think I've got 6, 7, and 8 to watch of The Waterfront. And then I started getting really tired too. Oh, bye LaDonna, bye Harold. Somebody must be walking. They only fly away when somebody walks down the street. They'll be back. So anyway, so yeah, then I watched The Waterfront. I like The Waterfront. I mean, I think it's interesting that because a lot of people are like, it's not like Yellowstone or Ozark or not. Don't you love that nobody clocked the fact that I compared it to 2 shows I've never seen? I keep on telling people you'll love it because it's like Ozark and Yellowstone, and you love Yellowstone and Ozark. I told Tanya that, and she had started watching it, and she goes, it's really nothing like Yellowstone or Ozark. I go, well, the family setup is kind of. She goes, no, not really. I go, okay. So last night, Tanya and I got laughing so hard because we were talking about, well, I don't want to say because I don't want to ruin the show for you, but I read We Were Liars by E. Lockhart years ago. Hated it. Hated the book. It's a cheat, okay? The book is a complete cheat if you've read it. And John Green and all these people were like, this is the best book of the year. Blah, blah. It was a cheat. You read the whole book. It's a long book, too. It's like 400, well, for me, it's like 400 pages. And at the very, like, last 4 to 5 pages, and I know I did not listen to it on audiobook. I read it. Because that's obviously some people really care about that stuff. But anyway, I was telling about this lady at the pool today. She's like, oh, I don't listen to audiobooks. I go, well, I'm reading like 7 physical copy books right now. She's like, how do you do audiobooks? I go, well, I love when I walk. I just get immersed in a story and I just want to keep on walking. I got to do this walk tonight, but I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm just like sweating bullets just sitting here. So anyway, you know what? I brought this water out here earlier. It's probably warm. Ugh, shite. It's gross. Anyway. Oh, it's warm. Not good. So, I don't know why I just remembered this, but when my dad was building his house, the one that he lives in now, like, he started building it when I was like 9 or 10, and it was done when I was like, they moved in there. By then he was, at first he wasn't dating my stepmom, but by the time that they moved in, Were they married? I don't even remember. No, I think they were just dating, and then they moved in, and then they got married after that. Yeah, that's how it happened. But anyway, I'm out there with my dad. So all the roads out there now are like roundabouts, paved, all kinds of stuff. But when my dad was building the house, my dad lives on a lake, and so where he lived, it was very like, there was like 10 houses on the lake when my dad built his house. Now there's probably 200 houses on the lake. And the houses in all the neighborhoods around there. Well, the only way to get there was a gravel road. And there was one place out there and it was a bait shop. Now there's like, I mean, that Alex's new favorite Thai restaurant is literally like walking distance to my dad's house. Like, the camera stopped. Where am I at on time? There's so much that's built up out there. There's really nice restaurants and all this kind of stuff. But anyway, so my dad would run and I would like bike next to him while he was running out there when I was a kid, and we would go check on the house like every weekend, and he would like run out there, and then he would run back, and so anyway, so the squirrel's back, the ducks are back, the birds are back, everybody is back. Oh my god, all the birds are down here at the end of the walkway eating all food. So anyway, I mean, it's crazy. It just got really crazy out here in the yard, like in the last 3 minutes. It's like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're flying everywhere. 10, 11. There's like 14 birds in the tree, 2 ducks, a squirrel. Squirrel and the duck are right next to each other, you guys. I have to show you this. It's so hilarious. Hold on. Please do not run away while I'm... Do you see this? Come on, focus. If I put it over here, then you guys won't be able to see it as well because it's through the flowers or whatever, but look at that. There's a duck and a squirrel right next to each other. How cute is that? And they say different kinds of people can't get along, but the squirrel and the duck are teaching us differently, aren't they? Did you see that? Somebody's walking down the street. Oh, look. He is like, I am not going to stop eating. I do not care if somebody's walking down the street. Where are your brothers? I'm going to call them Sonny the squirrel and Cher the duck. They say we're young. I know that's a boy duck. They say we're young and we don't know. Won't find out until we grow. Maybe they're falling in love. Only does Peter think about a duck and a squirrel falling in love. Don't take it there. Don't take it there. Look, there's little birds. This is like, I literally, if I set this camera up for 20 minutes, I would have video. People keep on asking me, when do you start your nature channel? I don't know. That's a project that'll start later in the year. There's like, you can't see it right now, but there's like, they're throwing down all the food. Look at the birds. They just like sit there and they throw it down. And then over there, do you see they constantly are flying all over the place? Look at this. Somebody's walking down the street. They're all getting ready to fly away. I can hear her talking on her phone. What's she saying? So, yeah. It sounds like my friend that I know over here that dates the guy down in the neighborhood. Let's see if it's her or not. Hold on a second. Let me turn this way. Oh, it's not. I don't know this woman. She's got real long hair. She looks kind of like a hippie. I think I like her. Listen, I'll give it to her because you know what? She has got this big brim hat on, okay? Walking shorts, this long, like, Hawaiian beige shirt on, and these big sunglasses, and her hair just, like, is so long. And she's talking on the phone like this, FaceTiming somebody. Baby, there's no way. I cannot walk and hold up my phone like this. There's no, I mean, even just to talk on the phone, I can't do it. And I've had to learn how to talk on the AirPods. It's still real weird. Like, I feel so bad for Tanya, Nikki, and what was I going to say? Tanya, Nikki, and Mel, because whenever I talk to them while I'm walking, which is only when they call me, or I have to ask Mel a question about a book that I'm reading, I'll be like this, even though I have my AirPods in, I'll be like, can you hear me? And they're like, yeah, I can hear you just fine. I'm like, oh. I still don't understand yet how the AirPods work with the phone when it's down here. I don't get it, okay? Like, am I talking into the AirPod? Like, how do they hear me? I don't understand. And please don't explain it to me in the comment section. Just stop. I know, God love the people out there that like I ask a question and then you Google it and then you Google translate the answer into your comment section. Okay, what that tells me is you didn't know either. You could just put, I don't know either, let's Google it together. Instead of Google, I can Google, okay? Instead of Googling the answer and then copying and pasting the answer in the comment section. That don't make you look smart, okay? That makes, I don't know if you're wanting just me to know the information, but I can Google it, okay? In fact, let's Google it together right now just to save us all a little bit of trouble, okay? How do AirPods... I got all these tabs open now for Paris is Burning. How do AirPods work as hearing aids? Do they? I did not know that. Pick up your voice. Your voice. Oh, that was the first one. AirPods use beamforming. See, I just knew this was going to confuse me more. And now when I'm on my walk, this is all I'm going to think about. Okay? This is your fault. AirPods use I know there is some gal right now and she just got out of the shower, put her jammies on, she's getting ready to go to bed and she's walking. She's like, my fault. Yeah, your fault. Your fault. Let me call somebody out by name. Hold on a second. Somebody that won't be expecting it. Let me call somebody out by name. Somebody that I know won't take offense to it. Hold on a second. Somebody that'll think it's funny. I'm going through all the comments. Hold on a second. Well, Tracy, it's your fault. Tracy can handle it. She's watched over here forever. Oh, there's a lot of people I could have picked from. Tracy will be like, it's not my fault. Well, somebody stole the cookies from the cookie jar. Tracy stole the cookies from the cookie jar. Wasn't me. Yes, you. Couldn't be. Then who? Faith stole the cookies from the cookie jar. Wasn't me. Yes, you. Couldn't be. Then who? Morgan, the nurse, stole the cookies from the cookie jar. Wasn't me. Yes, it was you. Couldn't be. Then who? Do you remember back in the day when people said I script my vlogs? How could you even possibly script up stealing the cookie from the cookie jar? How could you even possibly script that? Who stole the cookie from... Annika stole the cookies from the cookie jar. She started Ank's blood. Girl, bless your heart, okay? Bless your heart, Annika. Am I pronouncing your name right? I hope so. There's no way. Tawny Jean's reading those books. She read them Sarah J. Maas books. Chelsea stole the cookies from the cookie jar while she was watching Animal Kingdom. She said, it's good. My husband and I are currently binging it. Well, all right, Chelsea. Stole the cookies from the cookie jar. Wasn't her? Then who? Oh, I know who! Cauliflower stole the cookies from the cookie jar. You know why? Because it's Cauliflower's birthday today. Happy birthday. Sure, I got all that. You know why? Happy birthday, Cauliflower. I won't say her real name on here. But anyway, her daughter's finally got a cameo for her for her birthday. And I'm like reading it. Because like when you do a cameo, like when I was showing you that one, it says like, she was like, oh, he had instructions for me. So it'll say like to and from and then instructions or like event, like what it's for. She'll like say like to Judy from whoever, and then you can put your pronouns in there. And then it'll say like, what's it for? Birthday, wedding, whatever, right? And then underneath there, it'll say, like, instructions. So I sometimes just go to instructions and just read. And so I saw it was a birthday one, and it said, like, my mom watches your videos, or I read it in the cameo, watches your videos every day. She loves you so much, blah, blah, blah. It was real sweet. And she was like, my mom, Cauliflower, and then she put her name, and she's like, is always the first to respond. I was like, oh my God. I mean, like, I got to that part reading it. I was like, oh my God. You know, because a lot of people reach out to me for cameos, and sometimes I don't know who they are. Sometimes I do. It's funny because sometimes somebody will say something like in a comment. This just happened yesterday, too. Somebody will say something in a comment, and I'm like, and they'll reference, like, something, like in a comment, they'll say, like, I was talking about getting dogs yesterday, and they'll say, oh, I just got a Bernie Doodle or something, right? And then in a cameo, it's like somebody's husband will get it for him, be like, oh, we just got a Bernie Doodle named Scotch and Soda. And I'm like, oh my God, this is for the person. And so I remember it like that. But anyway, happy birthday, Cauliflower. And Well, I won't say what I said in the Cameo. But anyway, and I hope you enjoyed that. I already know she did because she messaged me on Instagram last night. She was like, oh my God, I finally got a Cameo for you. Because I've only been hinting at it for the last 5 years. I've only been hinting to my daughters for the last 5 years. They finally followed through. But anyway, that made me happy. Oh my Lord, you scared the hell out of me. He's like looking out through the blinds like, who is... Alex, you scared the hell out of me. He said, sorry. Ooh, something be still my heart. Who stole the cookie? How did I get to all that? Talking about the birds. So the waterfront. I watched 1,000 Pound Sisters, Venus, and the waterfront. Yeah. Then I went to bed. Now I'm up. And now we're almost to the end of the vlog. What time did I start vlogging? I don't even remember. How long have I been vlogging now? I bet I've been vlogging over an hour. It's almost 8 o'clock. It's so hot. I really want to take a walk. I really kind of want to go for a swim. Maybe I'll just go for a... Oh, I could swim some laps. I could do that instead of a walk. If there were people up there, I'd be able to hear them. So tomorrow, my plan is... Cousin Fun Day's on Wednesday. Caroline's got some stuff to do, so we're not running around for real long. But I want to go to the post office. And a couple other things I got to get. But other than that, I don't have tons to do. Alex took me to the grocery store the other day. So anyway, Wednesday I don't have tons to do for Cousin Fun Day. But tomorrow my plan is to get up. Then she and I are going to go run our errand. More to be revealed. And then I'm going to come back. I'll probably film like 2 or 3 videos. And then go to the pool. Then come back, film my vlog. That's tomorrow night. Tanya's grandbabies are leaving tomorrow. So we're not going to go to the meeting tomorrow night. She's exhausted anyway. Since she told me yesterday she's worked 12 hours. She was like... what day did they get back? They got back Saturday night. Oh, so Tanya was like, the construction traffic on the way back from Tennessee. She goes, what was supposed to be a 6-hour drive was 13 hours. She goes, it was unbelievably slow. So she was like, we got back. So then Sunday, which was last night, she worked 12 hours at the kennel yesterday. Just like making sure everything's like in order while she's been gone and stuff like that. So I said, well, do you want to go to the meeting this week or not? She's like, we can. She goes, but my grandkids are leaving on Tuesday. And she's like, and I am so tired. She's like, I feel like I just need like a day to rest. She's got more visitors coming in July. So I was like, well, that's cool. So she was like, let's kind of meet back up on Tuesday. But if I go to the pool and stuff tomorrow, it's gonna be hot again tomorrow. I ain't gonna want to go to no meeting. I'm gonna come home and take a nap and vlog and take my nap is what I'm gonna want to do. So I'm real excited about tomorrow because she and I are gonna go to the pool all day and I'll film a couple videos. So I'll make my list tonight of what videos I want to make. I got to do the Alex Cross books because I finished those. So but I will tell you what I did differently this time with Alex Cross books. Is that each time I was reading them, where was it at? Alex Cross books. So look, I took notes. Sometimes while I was walking, I would like have to put my reading glasses in my pocket. I have to pull them out and I'd be like walk down the middle of the road on some side street. So it's like Alex Cross. Alex Cross. Niece is murdered. Zeus serial killer connected to the White House. And then Crossfire, and goes by a whole paragraph. Crossfire, Kyle Craig kills FBI agent Max Siegel, gets plastic surgery to look like him. On their honeymoon, marries Bree. He's always got some lady. He was married to this woman, and he was talking to some other woman like he was going to hook up with this woman, and she's like, oh, I'm single. And he goes, well, I'm not. I'm married. I thought that's the first time that Alex Cross has ever turned down a woman. But anyway, he's always, I don't know what that is about James Patterson always having to act like everybody in the world wants to F Alex Cross. I could have less of that in the book if you wanted the truth. The other thing I could have less of is Nana Mama, the grandma. She has about died in every other book. She's always in the hospital, okay? So when I was at the pool today, I was telling this woman that reads the James Patterson books, I was like, oh, I'm reading all the Alex Cross books. She's like, I've read all of them. She's like, I'm just waiting for the next one to come out. She goes, I love Nana Mama so much. I go, did she ever die? I go, because I'm on book 18, right? I just finished book 18. She goes, no, she hasn't died yet. I go, 33 books. She's in the hospital every other time. I mean, with severe stuff, like chronic heart issues and whatever, and she's still alive. And the books are like 2 years apart, each of them. They're supposed to be. Or some of them pick right back up, but some of them don't. I don't know. Anyway. Here's somebody riding their bike down here through the neighborhood. They're going fast. They better cool their jets. Here's somebody running. I got no excuse not to go walk. I'm gonna get off here now. I'm gonna go walk. All right. Even if it's just for 20 minutes. Sweating to the oldies. I'm the oldie. Sweating for the oldies. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Monday and a fantastic beginning to your week. If nobody else has told you this today, I would never have thought with the walking that I would be at a point where I'm like, I don't want to miss a night of walking. I love my walks and all that kind of stuff. But even the heat, you know? Anyway, I hope you guys are having oh, but if I walked in the basement, I could put a fan right on me while I was walking. Oh, that'd be so nice, wouldn't it? I could put it out here. I could put it out here. Oh my God, I could put my walking pad out here. It's real heavy though to carry upstairs. I could put it in the garage. I could put it out here during the summer, and then I could walk, and I could have one of those misting fans. But then why wouldn't I just walk outside and with a spray bottle? Anyway, I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Monday, and if nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys. I hope you're having a fantastic beginning to your week, and I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you. Happy birthday, Lena.